Hey guys, this might be creepy listening to my voice while I'm not here, but I didn't want you to miss out on what we're learning while I'm gone. As you can see by my beautiful drawing, today is going to be dedicated towards putting together everything you've been doing for the past couple weeks into your final draft on the Chromebook. Okay? A lot of you have already typed up your draft. What you're going to be doing is just making it that much better, and I'm going to show you a couple tricks on how to do that. First, probably the easiest, well, first of all, before you get started, make sure you have all of these things out. So you need your checklist, which looks something like that. You need your notebook, and probably open to that page, that scene that you rewrote yesterday, okay, your most important scene. You need your mentor text. That's what I got out because this is going to help me to come up with some more ideas of what to revise. I also have my story mountain right here, which you should have too. And then also my outline, which obviously has all these sensory details that I could end up adding in. That leaves you a lot of options of where to start. I would start probably here. I would start by adding your first scene in. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that real fast. Watch this. Well, at first I got to find, in order to do it, I've got to find the spot where I need to add this little scene of mine. And so I started it right when I was coming in. So I'm going to go find that in my document. So that happened. Oh, I put my hands in the cold door handle. I'm going to go ahead and just combine both of these. So I like it better how I wrote it here, that I wrote my hand gripped the door handle. So I'm going to write that. I put my hands in the cold door handle. That's not that exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and type that up right now. I'm making it red so it's easier for you to see. Doesn't that sound way better? I'm so glad I did this draft even after I finish it here because it's so much better the second time that I made it. Okay, you probably feel the same way. I pulled it open, good. So now I'm going to go ahead to the next paragraph. Yes, this is sped up a little bit. I just want to pause and show you something really quickly. When I was writing it in this notebook, I went to past tense with slept, but I know that in my document I'm actually writing all in present tense inside the TV. Oh, shoot, I did it here too. Is on, but I barely noticed. Oh my gosh, all of this is in past tense. But if I look to the beginning of my story, it's all in present tense. Sprints, sneers. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to fix all my verbs and make sure that they're all matching and they're all the same tense. So here we go. Okay. We can take all this out because I already wrote this. Oh, I kind of like this part though. I don't want that part. It was flickering football replays. Maybe? No, no. Maybe I'll take this. So when I was recording this, I have this really long, awkward pause you can see right here, and that's when I'm thinking. I'm rereading what I already wrote, and I'm deciding what I'm going to copy and paste into my new document. Don't you know that? That was some Control-C copy action right there. And then Control-V as in volleyball to paste it here. And here I'm changing the rest of the verbs to present tense, and ta-da! This is all the stuff that I just added, and then I took out other stuff that I didn't like as much because I liked my new version from my notebook better, and I fixed all my verbs, so now I'm going to keep moving. So one of the ways that you can revise today is to go ahead and just add that scene into your document just like I did. Now the second way that you can revise today is to take a look at your story mountain right here. So we just did this oh, you didn't see that. We just did this notebook, and so now we're looking for the story mountain. Maybe this is a way that you can revise. So for me, I want to take a look at, since I know that what I'm learning at the end of the story is that I don't have to go through hard times alone, I want to make sure that I'm really emphasizing that I'm alone here, I'm alone here, I feel alone here, and then finally at the end, I don't feel alone anymore. So I'm going to go to my document, and I'm going to look in the first part, and I know I already added this part right here where it says suddenly I feel really alone. The next part where in my Story Mountain where I talk about feeling alone and scared is, well, right here, I know here, when I have the Jenny's flashback about, or my flashback about Jenny when she doesn't call me back. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my story and see if I talk at all about, oh, by the way, that's that kiss story right there. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I talk about feeling alone. So I say, but still, oops, let's pick that right now. The clock on my phone glared back at me, refusing to show any texts or calls. I panicked. I checked her Facebook, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for alone. I don't see anywhere in here that I talk about how I feel alone. And remember, again, I want to talk about that because at the end, I realize I'm not alone. So I want that to be a big deal. So I'm going to add some stuff in here. So I call, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to say I panicked. Maybe I can find a way to make it sound like I'm alone. Still, the clock on my phone glared back at me, refusing to show any text or calls. I don't want to just say I felt alone. I want something a little bit more exciting. So I might say the room all of a sudden seemed cavernous, which means really big, to me. Even my phone wasn't helping me. I felt so alone. Where was Jenny? Go ahead and make italics for that because it's thoughts. And then I'm going to make this a new paragraph because I start talking about how I checked her Facebook. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So I just added this part right here where I said the room all of a sudden, where was Jenny? I'm emphasizing how alone I feel, so at the end when I don't feel alone, it's more exaggerated. It talks about how I'm not fighting this. When I look at the Story Mountain, at the end it says, I'm not fighting this alone, it's going to be okay. I want to make sure that I do that in my story. So I noticed the TV was on, but there was no sound. It was looking blah, blah, blah. Oh, this isn't my actual real story. This is actually my real ending. My real ending. Suddenly I realized I can go back to that kickball game, to the rest of my family, and tonight everything will be okay. The rest of my family makes it sound like I have more people. What to do? Up until now, I had felt like I'm going to say I was convinced that I was the only one helping or even keeping an eye out for Jenny. And I'm going to make its own paragraph for this part because I want it to stand out. I shouldn't have been so foolish. And this is, I'm kind of copying off of the mentor text, if you remember at the end. So again, I'm pulling out this mentor text. So that's that mentor text piece. At the end of the story, he has like one-liners here. I will never work for Dr. Milk. I will never go hunting with my father. So here, I'm going to keep it one. I shouldn't have been so foolish. I had people to help me and her all along. I was not alone. I'm totally kind of copying that style from this because I love it. That's okay. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to keep this paragraph. But again, this is emphasizing that part on my Story Mountain that I could add. Okay, so second way for you to revise, go to your Story Mountain and see if you can emphasize what it is that your story is really about by adding your emotions throughout the story. Okay? Things that you can do today. You can do exactly what I did. It might take you a while. Add the scene that you wrote in your notebook from yesterday, like the one that looks like that. Or, once you're done with that, go ahead and look at your Story Mountain and see if there are more feelings or emotions that you can add that will emphasize this. And that's what's here on that PowerPoint right here. Add more emotions and feelings from Story Mountain to your story. If you need more ideas, add sensory details from your outline, which is this, or you can make sure that you have dialogue, action, sensory details, thoughts, and feelings throughout the story, which you made a list of right here above your story. And then finally, if you got done with absolutely everything there, you can take a look at your checklist or your mentor text to come up with some more ideas of how to make your story better. Everyone should be working on this the entire period. There's a million and one things that you can do, and remember, 6th grade writers can fill the entire time with ways to improve their writing. So, good luck. This is what you're doing today. I expect great reports tomorrow when I come in. Goodbye.